South Africa is a nation that is geographically twice the size of Texas, often referred to as the Rainbow Nation for its cultural diversity with 11 national languages. Although the country is extremely diverse, it was born from a long history of colonialism and slavery starting in the 1600s. The Union of South Africa was founded in 1910 by the British, and black South Africans were systematically removed from participating in the economy. Shortly after the nationalist movements of Dutch Afrikaners, apartheid was started in 1948. Apartheid was a social law that applied to black South Africans, Asians, and coloreds that required complete separation from white communities. Although apartheid has ended in 1994, the black South African community is still feeling the aftershock of years of systematic oppression, which is part of why the unemployment rate for black South Africans is 40%. Because both the black and white communities in South Africa developed under different social and economic conditions, leadership practices looked different across cultural lines, so they were studied separately. The Anglo sample showed orientation towards performance and the completion of tasks, with less affinity for self and group protectiveness. On the other hand, the black South African sample from the study was more team-based and less performance-oriented.
An important issue that is affecting the South African community is unemployment. This is a product from years of government neglect on the country's citizens, leaving a massive deficit in the education and skilled labor. This is a product from years of government neglect on the country's citizens, leaving a massive deficit in education and skilled labor. With an unemployment rate of 40% for black South Africans and 8% for white South Africans, many people do not have access to a good education or lack fundamental experiences necessary to land an interview. Due to the weak economy, many industries are leaving South Africa in what is called the brain drain, where much of the skilled labor has emigrated due to other opportunities outside of the state. This weakened economy has also affected the public education system, as many primary and secondary institutions lack funding, compounding the issue even further. Currently, there are a few active programs. These include the National Development Plan and Harambee, which aim to reduce unemployment by creating networks to identify opportunities and training individuals to earn and excel in an entry-level job. Unfortunately, there have been similar initiatives that have been abused in the past, such as BBBEE, or Broad-Based Black Economic Empowerment. This program, which launched in 2003, showed a promise in educating young black South Africans to learn how to manage local business or gain employment in other industries. But per David Klatt, COO of Vermeer's South African dealership, this program was slow to take effect because it was abused by the wealthier few, taking advantage of the government funding.
Our proposal for a solution is to sponsor a 20-student Vermeer cohort at the University of Johannesburg. This cohort will develop university-level students to be leaders in the workforce with a focus on entrepreneurship, equipping students with relevant experience, professional relationships, and resources to empower their communities. Our solution is adaptive because the leadership program will make students' degrees unique and will change their vision for the future. As members of the cohort at Iowa State, we have seen how new ideas and relationships have transformed, leading us to be more effective leaders shaping the workforce.
To be most effective in solving this wicked issue and bring the most benefit to the people of South Africa, it is imperative that we implement our solution with a culturally competent approach. The program will integrate the philosophy of Ubuntu. This word, originated in South Africa and used by many African cultures, means the nurturing of relationships with others. It is an emphasis on building your relationships and the interconnectedness with one another. This program will integrate Ubuntu by fostering an environment where students can work with one another and also with professors and those in industries. This will allow relationships to form that will be essential in students' professional careers. On Hofstede's Power Index, part of Culture and Organization's Software of the Mind, South Africa ranks 35 out of 36, meaning inequalities are expected and desired, and it is thought less powerful people should be dependent on powerful people. Recognizing this expectation, this program will work to empower students to achieve leadership potentials they would not conventionally think they'd be able to achieve. Understanding that South Africa is still feeling the effects of apartheid, it is evident that some groups, specifically Native Black South Africans, are disadvantaged in career success. This solution will be particularly competent of this issue by focusing on creating opportunities for these disadvantaged groups through education and leadership development. South Africa has a devastating unemployment problem that is caused by a complex set of factors. However, we believe this Vermeer cohort in South Africa has the potential to combat this issue by taking it from the angle of education in an adaptive manner.